Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. We are playing Paul Australia. We are going, what's it called? Harmony? Words! Yay! It's going to be another one of those. And we are slowly trying to move our way to where we want to colonize, and hopefully our colonists will not be consumed by vile aliens along the way. Another needle jet is done here. We'll put on intercept duty. Just feeling a little bit more secure on the front. We don't necessarily have to go overboard. Actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll reposition you over here. We'll just leave 1 and 1, just a little bit. They don't actually have much in the way of jets down here if they decide to attack me. It just gives us a little bit more air support and bombardment. That's pretty important because there's a limited amount of ability to bombard sometimes, especially here with all these forts, for example. That's not a hill. Yeah, so we're going to set up a line of melee over here, and we're actually going to be able to shoot from behind them, which is kind of poopy. On the other hand, our melee units do explode if they die, which is awesome. Maybe. I don't know. What do I want to do with this worker? It's a great question. Jimbumba's growing quite big. Probably needs more terrain. I'm going to go here and actually build them a mine. Keep that going there. We apparently are with the Franco-Iberians in terms of going harmony. So good on us, I guess. So the Slavs and the Pack should be going... Oh, yeah. All right. Apparently we've reached enough of a level that all the ideologies are checking. Oh, we just hit 6. Okay, or last turn we hit 6, and that's where people get kind of pissy one way or another about your life choices. Shut up, Mom. Don't judge me. Lots of productions have just finished. So, yeah, I don't feel the need to put a math digester in this capital here. It's not big enough for that. Nor the launch complex I don't think is going to be required. Let's go ahead and get a solar collector going, though. We need a lot of buildings here, so I will focus on that rather than building a solar collector in Pembella. We'll have to get someone else to fly one out. A trade depot is probably a really important thing to get going over there. I know it's a depot. Every time I say that, I don't know, I just... Oh, this is flat. Okay, I thought it was a hill. Just the shadows. No, this is a plain too. It's just me. It looks kind of lumpy and bumpy, but these are all plains. Oh. I suppose if I wanted a mine, I'd have to build it on this tile, so I will do that. Needlejet, you are just going to sit tight for now. Just look intimidating. And I think I'm okay with this. It's not actually going to help them declare war on me. I mean, the worst case they could do is, what, move through here to be on the other side of Freeland? If they declare war on me, they get booted out of my territory regardless, so... and this isn't Civ 5. There's no tourism. There's no religious conversions. We don't know who was spying on us in Freeland. We know someone is. Yeah, there's no particular intrigue anywhere, so we're still totally fine. Ultrasonic fence is not going to be required. And yeah, see, we can't build another solar collector until we launch the first solar collector, which is kind of silly. Tell you what I'm going to do, just so I don't forget. I'm going to launch you to Pembella. It's important that the city itself is covered. I think this is the way to do it, because probably both these chitons are worked. If I do something like this, it covers a canyon, which we're obviously not working at all. So I think this maximizes the +1 energies, and of course, oops, covers the city, which is what's important. Wait for the animation to go down. Lovely. And then here, yeah, it did cancel the other solar collector in the queue. So we're going to start another one. That one we might dump on Ranji, actually, before we build our own. We'll also need one for the city up north. Most likely Freeland will build a second one for a rich port, is what's going to go on there. Worker, you will build me a mine. Thank you very much. Trade convoy. We're going to keep making sure we've got one route that goes to Tiangong. One of the things I haven't checked is to make sure that we're actually working the absolute most optimal trade route to any particular city. I'm going to get you to stop here and just make sure to get in the aliens' way. Probably they won't move closer to my colonists, but just in case... I want to be in position. Trade convoy here. So I wouldn't send anything to trade to Richport this way. This way, I would send something to Jimbumba, but Jimbumba doesn't really need much in the way of help and actually produces less internal stuff. So this is producing a total of 11 things. The next best one down here would be Magan, which would produce me a total of 10 things. And while science is very important, production. So this is all going to go to my capital. And that's okay. Well... all going to go to my capital. My capital doesn't really need buildings. I could be building military units or squeezing out another colonist. I will want another colonist to finish off that gap. I don't know what that's going to do for my happiness overall, but I really do want to fill in that last blank. And you know what? That means we don't need much stuff going to Freeland. So I will actually go and send something to Magan over here. It doesn't give me huge amounts of science, but a little bit more science so we can tech up to our next happiness buildings a little bit faster will actually be pretty good. Plus 4 science is still a relatively decent percentage, about 3% science gain. And it's multiplied by other things, actually, so overall it's not too bad. You're going to keep moving south to help provide some cover over here, just in case the aliens start to get aggro. Although I think we're okay. We're about to finish researching the defense grids, which I certainly will be building in Pembala and Jimboomba. Just a little more hit points and a little more defenses, just to buy me more than like 1 turn of being bombarded to death is pretty important. So my ultimate goal is to get here. Okay, so we're going to leave our unit where it is. Rate... Might just automate these guys. Since I haven't picked up terraforming yet, right? No. Which I will want at some point to hook up the float stone. Not that I have. Is this the only source of float stone here? I mean, some bonus energy. Oh, there's some more over here. So that would be 6 energy plus a bunch of stuff to trade. The advantage, though, oddly enough, the advantage of not having terrascape, or terraforming, is that I don't have terrascapes, which means if I automate my workers, they won't build all these fucking things all over the place. So I think, God, we do need transgenetics. And then getting alien hybridization is pretty darn strong. We will want terraforming after that. Oh, and geophysics. Actually, I probably built... Wow, hold on. I don't need to rush genetic design. What I need is to actually uncover geothermals. Something else to trade and do. And then, yeah, keep going there, and then we'll pick up terraforming. All right, good enough. So, meanwhile, yeah, we'll go there. That can be worked by something. Solar collector, I will actually drop you on... Actually, I really do want to drop you on free land first. Now, if I do this... Actually, these are all really good tiles. Double algae, everything's improved. Yeah, we'll have it right on here. We might even want to drop some extra collectors somewhere not on a city. Freeland, before you go and build the colonist, I'm going to put 1 more solar collector in the queue and get you to build that first. Especially since our happiness is not quite there. And we're not at risk of losing this spot, so it's fine. Move you down. Next turn. Oh, we're high enough level. We're auto-healing. 5 each turn from the miasma. And we're soon going to heal 15 each turn while in miasma. Which is insane. Fueling the future. Xenofuel plants. We can harvest the miasma. Into 1,000 energy. Or... Oh, wow. This is one we want. +3 energy, +2 production from xenomass wells. We have tons of them. Tons of them. We need xenofuel plants everywhere. And 1,000 energy, like, just one time? No. This is amazingly good. Defense perimeter, yes. I want that. You will build me... we don't have any production boosters. It's either a question, how's your health? You're not capped out, so let's go ahead and squeeze out the Cyto Nursery for now. That'll be okay. Plus, obviously, science is pretty good. I'm going to move you... no, you're going here, ultimately. So we'll take you a step forward. Hopefully, that Siege Worm goes away. Siege Worm could give us a really bad day. We actually have someone else going to Magan right now. So it is worth considering. So someone from Freeland. It is worth considering temporarily. Although this is a really valuable trade route. For whatever reason, the trade route's worth more here. I don't know how that works. We could consider an internal one. This one would be worth a total of 12 resources. A lot of it going to Jimboomba, which doesn't really need it. Ranji could use it, though. Only worth 9 in total. And, of course, we could grow Richport a little bit more, because Richport is still rather tiny, which makes that pretty valuable. As opposed to 13 total things here, including 7 science. You know what? We need a little bit more science right now, because we really need to tech up to the point where we can get some more happiness techs and buildings and stuff. So we're going to do that. It's the manufactory. We could, we got some generator boost and things. And we've got a lot of things that work good with a lot of money. I'm going to construct the other farm. We are certainly at some point going to pick up vertical farming. I mean, first of all, the Grow Lab is really good for us. In fact, I might just go ahead and shift-click that now. So it's like... Oh no, I accidentally clicked somewhere and reset all my shit. Angry Chewbacca sounds. Geophysics, we're going to finish. Then it was down to alien hybridization. Then hold shift and go there. No, we're missing a tech now. What else was I picking up? Oh, terraforming is in there somewhere too. which honestly I'm fine with delaying it until after vertical farming. So the purity affinity does not help us, but +1 food and energy from farms is too good to ignore. Always the nice thing about going purity, because it's like, this is so good. Either way, there's no real way for me to cover the city without also covering the chasm. If I go here, it's actually going to cover a few more in, or at least really doesn't make a difference, especially since I'm improving stuff over there. Okay, I'll just put it right on top of the city, it's fine. Now, we don't have the tech for TechNet hubs yet either, which is a really nice thing if you are going to have any warfare. I might leave this guy here. No, I'm going to move down for now to help cover there, and we'll backtrack later to guard the other colonist that is going to come in this direction eventually. So we'll probably discover that we've built farms and a bunch of geothermals. Oh my god, the KPs have lost another city. Okay, so the KPs are non-existent now. And the pack are now going to be very scary because we do border. Alright, geothermals. Seriously? Does that change anything? So, if we'd known about geothermals a little sooner... no, there's really nothing I would have done for that. And there's none over there. The only geothermals I could potentially get is here. If I were to settle, say, right here where the siege worm is. Wow, there's double siege worms down there. Which might be okay, but I'm still... Oh, there's some more geothermals there. Oh, and it's 6-pack. Good. So that'll be enough for whatever we want to do. I'm not concerned. Trade convoy. You were going to Richport, which is mostly sending stuff to Jambumba. We can boost Freeland. We can send production to Pembala. I think we might go for bonus science here. A few rounds of this. Keep teching up so that we can rush to the happiness. That's what we're looking to do. Rush to happy. You are going to be on top of Richport. And I think... Oh no, Ranji still needs one. Jambumba, after you finish your defensive structure, you are going to queue up one more solar collector. Thank you kindly. Panopticon, the vision is really good, but I'm not going to spend any time building that. I do want a defense perimeter in Pembala, so we're going to get that going on. Make me feel much, much, much safer. So we got that mine set up. I can come down here. Do I want to buy any tiles up here? Again, I have to be a little concerned that someone might settle somewhere up north. They can't settle anywhere... Well, that's not true. They can sort of settle over here. I could buy these 2 tiles. That would block off this tile. They could still settle there. Saving points is also pretty good. But you know what? I really am quite concerned with blocking that off. So they can still settle here, but they can't go there even though it's close enough to the cities because it's adjacent to my borders. So they might just drop a city in the north, but they can't build 1, 2, 3 there. They're not going to build on the basalt, so they'll also go there or there, which I can't really block, and honestly doesn't concern me that much. So it's fine. With all the tundra here, there's an excellent place for that one building that just gives you specialist slots, because it also gives you +1 food. Yeah, your opinion is not relevant in any way whatsoever. What's the pack? The pack is... Okay, so they are purity, so we're not going to be friends, obviously. Oh, wait, the geothermals are where I wanted to settle. I wanted to settle right here, which I can. In Beyond Earth, settling on a basic resource eliminates it. But settling on a strategic resource does not. And the reason is that it would have been possible for me to settle here before I knew about it, and that would have cost me a resource, which would be bad. I don't think I would get the bonus energy the same way that I would if I built the geothermal plant, but it would still hook up to 6 geothermals. And I do want to settle far enough to the south to pick up the xenomass. I could, of course, settle much, much further south here. And I might still. This would be a swell spot. But it would be bordering the African stuff, and certainly there'd be some border conflict. It gives me a fair bit of geothermal, the extra xenomass. I think I'm going to settle right on top of the geothermals, which I don't think will destroy it. Pretty sure is the way it works. I could go and pop this guy. Which I may as well, because there's nothing that can threaten. I'll take the experience points, why not? Move you here. You are going to build me a farm, thank you very much. We've got a spy who needs a mission. Science. How'd it go? Failed to get energy, but at least you got out. Okay, we're actually making almost 100 energy per turn now. Some of our deals have worn out. They're still at war, right? The pack? Yes, they're still at war over here. I'm hoping they can't take Mandir. It's quite big, but one of the things that's notable is the AI have not... Well, the African Union have. But the pack and the KPs have not built defensive buildings in their time. This capital might. Maybe the problem is just the KPs didn't research any of the defensive building tech, which is why they lost. Oh, that got burned down! Oh, someone built the Markov Eclipse. All right, that's fine. They burnt down the city and then resettled. Interesting. Okay, that's really interesting. Is that the KPs? Oh god, I can't remember. Kavithan Protectorate versus... I think this is... Shit. Check info attic. Okay, no, it is the pack. I'm really in favor of these guys going to war against the pack, but I don't want to get involved. Probably. They probably can't do anything about me. I border them. It might convince them... You know what? I don't have any interest, but I will happily bribe you to go to war with them. I'm a little concerned that will result in the African Union taking this city and then becoming a monstrously powerful civilization. But it may be worthwhile doing. So you are inclined to declare war on the pack. 9 energy per turn. Okay, go to town, buddy. Enjoy yourself. I don't need a defense perimeter. More science and more... virtues are always good. I think we'll probably focus on the science. The observatories in particular are cheap and give us a fair amount of tech. I'm good with that. Over here, I'm not feeling the need of a defense perimeter. A recycler is probably a really good idea. Let's get started on that. And over here, all right. I am going to settle in this spot as I intended. Whoa! Really? It's not supposed to destroy them. Maybe if they're not revealed, it doesn't destroy them. All right, so now we got a tough decision. I go down here, I lose the titanium, which was the whole part of the reason for settling in this general area. If I settle up here, I lose the extra xenomass. I do grab the algae, which is good, don't get me wrong. Oh, I lose the titanium, the fruit, and this chitin. You know what? I think I'm willing to settle on top of the geothermals. We may have to trade for some geothermals to like be able to build a building at some point. I think this is such a great spot. It's actually worthwhile doing, even though it's nuts. It also really choke points things. Look at this. No ground units until they can hover can like cross around here. It's not a big deal. Oh, God. Fuck it. Let's do it. Yes. It did eat the geothermals. Interesting. 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 Another thing is, I don't think I'm going to be able to send any ground trade routes this way. So if that, the ship's sea route, I don't know how long before it resets. Once that resets, we'll definitely send it to down here, but that's okay. Meanwhile... Oh, the nest did spawn. Meanwhile, what do I want to do with this fellow? Let's rest him a turn, because he's slightly injured, technically speaking. I might want to blow all these things up. To make way for their derelict settlement, actually. I didn't realize that would still be there. Interesting. No, you know what? I'm going to go and stand on that tile right over there. We might also send... oh, we need a lot of workers to clear it. If we can't send ground-based trade routes because of miasma, which is really interesting. Right now, there's no units. Yeah, we might just have to build some more trade ships or something. Alright, you're fully healed up. Let's, I don't know. Go and keep an eye on things. See what's what. Replace more of this forest? I think that's okay. Trade route. You can! You can go through miasma now. Oh, that is such great news. Definitely go there. Okay. Guys, that's wow, that is super good. Super good. We're not going to rush out a solar collector for this spot over here, but there you go. Sorry, no interest in it. I'm a pacifist. God, haven't you heard about this? Super pacifistic. You would like to continue to buy xenomass and open borders for 275 energy. We could also trade for science per turn, which is interesting to consider. Really? Well, you do value science higher than energy, which I guess I understand. But 3 science per turn. 90 energy. That's nothing. That's much less than 1 turn. That's less than like, that's going to be probably around 2% of my science output right now, I'm assuming. Maybe something like 2.5%. Just give me the energy. We're gonna do crazy energy things. There we go. Okay, my science output's not quite that big. Well, no, it'll be about 2.5% gain, and I'm not sure that was worth more than, like, so much energy. Which is basically a building. I basically just sold that for almost the cost of a building. Cloning plants, I think, are going to be a pretty high priority, especially once we get the quest thing. +1 production on Xenomass as well. These fights are going to be amazingly good. People kept telling me, like, Xenomass gets crazy sauce. Well, I can definitely see that now. Hopefully, you're going to pop the Xenomass soon. You're not. Now, there's no way that this gets stolen, because you can't settle here. So if someone settles here, we'll probably buy that Xenomass right away. Yeah, I mean, I guess getting the fungus is fine. Right, I don't want the Panopticon. Network. Get some tech. More tech. I should probably get a worker down here quickly. Actually, you know what? When Mava finishes, I'll buy a worker there. We'll save ourselves some time and effort. So, probably still more farms. Solar collector ready to launch. I believe this is the one that's supposed to go here. Specifically, this covers more improved tiles. I will do that. There we are. Very nice. Next turn. So these are Vipers. Yeah, they're... Let's check affinities. Right now, I'm at 6. We've got 11 with Brazil. Brazil is just going to run away from the game, and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it. The problem is... Okay, you know what? We're going to bribe America. Listen, America, I'm hoping you're in good shape, because I really want you to declare war on Brazil. Yeah, maybe the other way around. Hopefully they don't have the same relationships. You know what? If they come and ask me to declare war with them, 5 energy per turn. Have fun, buddy. Please don't destroy them and therefore win the game. But we need to keep you busy. You know what? Let's wait a turn and see if Franco-Iberia wants to declare war on Brasilia, if they're distracted. If they start to lose some units in the war and their effective military strength goes down, it'll be easier to convince these guys to go to war with them. Let's give them a quick look-see, though. Elodie. There we are. Deal. Other players. Declare war on Brasilia. No. Let's get back to you after a few turns of that warfare. Things might get a little bit better. Is there no way to get there? Oh, that's why the alien nest isn't going away. We'll also mean we can never improve it. Because unless I'm wrong, I don't think workers get hover status at any point whatsoever. On the other hand, if we end up settling anywhere near here and get it within our borders, it's guaranteed no one will ever stamp out the nest. That is really quite interesting. All right, you finish the settler. We're going to need more of it, but go ahead and build a cloning plant for now. What'd you build? An observatory, which is good. Either the alien preserve or more tech. I suppose the laboratory is really cheap, so we'll start with that. We'll just build things that are cheapest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here, which is nice and choke pointy, and just keep an eye on things. You're going to stay there. We might want to rush the settler all the way down here to claim the site. If I go and build a city here, and I'm a little worried about border fiction. Fiction? Yes, border fiction. No manufactories. God, but the W key. What do I want to build with you? I don't know. Mine. I can still wait on this site a little bit longer. And settling right over here would actually give me 2 sources of geothermals, which is pretty good. We're not going to go in the ocean. We're going to follow the coast, please, and thank you. So with this guy, I'm actually going to send him over here, which is a better spot to keep an eye on things. And we'll put a cut. But yeah, I will actually try to settle down there. Very, very risky. Definitely will need to build up some defenses. It is narrow-ish. The fact that there's 2 hills here is I could stick a couple of range units here and a couple of melee units there, assuming I can get both these tiles. And the hills will make it much more difficult for them to bombard me until they get indirect fire. Oh, and there's more xenomass down there. All right, we're gonna hope that we can get there simply via out expanding the AI, which is a very, very hard thing to do in this difficulty. But this war is good. Oh, Sarai did go... Okay, the African Union are going to be crazy. It's a good thing we should be relatively friendly. And we don't yet have any direct border friction, although eventually that will change, especially if I settle down there. They might get kind of pissed. Almost certainly they'll tell me not to settle stuff near them, which is a promise I will be able to hold, assuming they don't count this as near them. Yeah, but that'll have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Bye-bye.